Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Star Wars Summer 2025 set review. Today we're looking at set number 75433. This is Jango Fett's Starship, has 707 pieces, and is retailing for $69.99 USD or $89.99 Canadian. It's going to become available on August the 1st and was sent to me early by LEGO and Land to do a review for. I am excited about this. We have never had a playset here for Jango Fett's Starship, the Slave One, since 2002. And this is also releasing the same year as the UCS Slave One, which we will be looking at and comparing. This set, however, comes with 3 minifigures and is, again, just really interesting that this is releasing the same year, a few months after that UCS version, which we will talk more about later on in the video. But let's go ahead and let's build this set. Anyways, here it is all built. If you want to, you can find time codes and chapters down below if you want to hop around to just the characters, just the ship. Maybe you want to see the service cart or the comparisons that I talked about before. But let's go ahead. Let's take a closer look at this set. We're going to start things off with the side build, which is what we usually do last. But it plays a part of the entire set, so I need to show you this. It's a little small build. It's got all these transparent pieces underneath so that you can move it around. And you've got these handles here on the side for you to operate this. You can take any of the characters, but specifically, I guess, Lama Su here, and actually have him piloting this around. And here in the center, there's also this crate that actually has a spot for you to store some spare studs. And speaking of storage, you can also place Jango Fett's blasters here as well, which sort of also just adds to some texture for this, which I think is kind of interesting. There's a spot there in the back if you want to place Boba or Jango there because their legs are only 2 stud connection points, unlike Lama Su. But this is really cool because what this does is you open this up and lift it up in order for you to actually have and attach the ship here, which acts as a stand now so that you can have the ship on display or actually flying around if you want to pretend that this is actually it as it's flying. But this is such a neat idea and play feature. It's just also strange given that the UCS one released this year and it too has a stand. It's obviously a much nicer stand with a plaque and everything, but still the fact that this is included here, I know this was introduced with the previous Boba Fett one, but it's such a cool inclusion. Don't worry, it's very easy to remove, and of course you might notice that the wings also move depending on the orientation of this here, which is a very neat play feature. But you can also still land it like usual. In the back here, they have a spot, a little handle, that actually pops out for you to hold onto this and fly it around and chase down Obi-Wan. It's really cool that they have this handle here for the ship, and maybe some other sets for this wave should have had a sturdy handle. This is what the design looks like here for the back. I love the exhausts here, these parts in the transparent yellow pieces. The top part here for this build, and a lot of this is so similar to the Boba Fett one that you'll see later on. But a big difference is that a lot of these pieces did not exist back then, like this bow piece there, and it's used in this set and the large one as well. Looks great. There are a couple stickers up here on the top, there, and also you can see up on the front there's another sticker in the center. They're also using all of these smaller bow pieces there with a newer piece there up at the top there too in a single 1x1. But they're using it down here to create this half effect of the dark green and sand green on both sides. You have these stud shooters up here in the front, which just are so big and chunky. I don't like that. They shoot out those tiles that you saw before. I like the little bits of yellow throughout this, as well as over here on the side using the newer pieces there as well. So this slope piece didn't exist back then. There's so many parts that didn't exist back in 2021. You've also got these blasters here, which is where the other stud shooters were located. You've got all these new tiles here as well being incorporated. Over here where the wings are coming out of the whole body, these curved plates there, these bow pieces as well, which look great in dark green. So much new stuff being used. I like the inside there with all those grill pieces being used where the wings are attached. And again, you can really turn this and also spin this if you want to as well. But this looks really great. Also using 1x5 plates there as well. Over here at the very top, we've also got new bow pieces being used for this really great top section here. It feels so thin and it's just very compact. And to look at the interior, we're going to start down here. So here on the ramp, it's not minifigure scale. You're going to have them hit their head every time you pretend that they're sort of going up there, just like in the movie. But it's incredible. But here in the front, you push this piece here, this little slope in the front, and it'll actually drop out the seismic charges there, which is so cool that it has this dispensing feature. You might have saw this before, but this little flap here is where they are falling out of. And just to show you here as you're flying how this looks from the back, that's awesome. All right, so here are the seismic charges. They're very simple little minifigure heads there in light gray with a tile on top and a stud underneath. Now, when you load it up, you just lift up that handle and you sort of want to make sure that they just slide inside there all the way to the back so that you can close this up. If you don't close this up properly, it will get a little bit jammed and this will not actually close. Like if I leave that up there in the front and try and close this, you'll notice that it will actually already dispense and drop out the bombs. So you just need to be careful with how you are loading this up. Here's what it looks like underneath in case you were curious. You've got some grills there, and I think that maybe these Technic beams should have been the same color so that they look more symmetrical. Now, this to me was the most shocking part of the entire build. The cockpit here in transparent black, which looks great. You open it up, and then you just take your Boba Fett minifigure and you place him inside. And you're like, okay, that's enough, right? But nope, you can take Jango with his jetpack on, with the helmet on still, and you close it up, and somehow this small compressed set here is able to fit two figures inside. This, to me, is the pinnacle of what these smaller version of Star Wars ships need to be doing. I'm adding this in here. You may have seen throughout the video this piece in the background or it falling off, but it, for some reason, keeps detaching there, and the reason being that it's really hard to see, but it's only got a one stud connection point versus the other one on the other side has two. It's a little annoying that it keeps falling off. I don't know how it is doing that as I move this around. But anyways, you just place it back in there. You could slide it through and then you just use a brick separator and push it down. But this is probably my 6th time doing that. Here is Jango Fett, who looks amazing. I love that we have him here in a more affordable set. Still expensive, but the design is amazing. I love the leg printing there, the feet printing, the torso printing, and the helmet just looks so detailed with the side there, as well as the new rangefinder, which you do actually get 3 in this set, so 2 extra is really awesome. Now, the biggest thing with him here is the fact that he doesn't have any side arm printing. You could see both of the arms there have arm printing from the UCS set, which the debate goes back and forth of should UCS figures and figures with arm printing, should they remain exclusive there or should they be also included in playsets? I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting discussion. Some people think that they should be exclusive. Some people think that there needs to be some exclusivity for UCS sets. Some people have said, hey, give them a new face print underneath so that, you know, the UCS one remains exclusive, but then that also makes this set exclusive. So I don't know. He's got the same face underneath here as well with this angry expression. Removing the jetpack, you could see the back torso, and included too is this hair. I will say when it comes to him remaining exclusive or not, we'll have to wait and see. There may be a keychain in the future with the arm printing that you can upgrade this figure with. Young Boba, however, is the exact same figure from the UCS set. I don't like the hair personally. I don't think it fits, but I like the face and the torso printing. You could see on the other side he's got this just amazing expression that they captured there for him, as well as the back torso printing looks pretty good. I know that there's some discrepancies about the belt color and different things. It looks black in some lighting, but also just the color of this outfit. If you wanted this outfit to be a different color, then you need to be making the same complaints about Jango, which people don't because they're nostalgic for the one that came in the tank. So I just think it's very interesting that they have a problem with Boba, but not Jango. Here is Lama Su, who looks amazing. To be getting a new Kaminoan here, it's just insane to me. This new headpiece looks so cool there as well, just with the like fin up there at the top. I think looks amazing. The printing, the torso looks great there too, extremely detailed. The dress as well. No back dress printing, but there is some back torso printing here. So there's 2 comparisons we need to do. This is set number 75312, Boba Fett Starship from The Mandalorian Season 2, and retailed for $50. And just to remind you, this set retails for $70, but has 115 more pieces, has 3 minifigures. This has a block of carbonite, which is also a sticker, not a print. But looking at them side by side, they're extremely similar in their design as well as just size. I believe that it's the exact same width and height. So just to give you some more information, there are 9 stickers included in this set versus this only has 5. I think you'll notice most of the similarities when you look at them here from the back. Like almost all the tiles and plates for the whole body of this, they're so darn similar there. Like using the same pieces down below, at least for the bottom layer there of plates. It's kind of crazy, especially because I built this one right after building the original one. The similarities are just nuts. The only thing I think that the older version has going for it is the guns in the front look a lot better, but it's not a 2-seater. The stand that the new one's on is much stronger. It makes use of so many new pieces. There's also no exclusive figures here. That Boba Fett figure comes in a microfighter, and Mando, of course, is in tons of Mando sets. Now, the ramp here can be lifted up in the set as well, but instead of it storing seismic charges, it's for you to place the characters or the Gamorrean there frozen in carbonite. All right, so here it is, next to the UCS one. It's insane, the size difference, the detail difference. Like, this is the better model for $300. Has 2,970 pieces, which LEGO did provide me a copy of. It's crazy, like, seeing them side by side. I don't usually like UCS ship builds, simply because, again, I'm more of a playset person. I like when you could put a minifigure inside. The new ATST, I have zero interest in because it's not to that scale. This is to the scale of minifigures where you can place them inside, and that's incredible. Some of the pluses that this tiny little version has is that it actually can have Jango inside with his jetpack, like I mentioned before, unlike this one, and the seismic charges. You don't have to manually remove them. This is a better build for the seismic charges, but the smaller version has a cool play feature with that. This is a display set. It doesn't necessarily need to have that. Would be nice, of course, but I just really I'm having a hard time seeing this in person. It's insane, these two side by side. And the fact that this is $70, it's about a sixth of this one of $300. To me, the scale of this, it's not a sixth of it. It feels like maybe pushing a third of it, probably more on the quarter side. That means that this is very overpriced. But if you had to ask me which one would I want right now, easily the smallest one. And I need to talk about this. Seeing these two side by side is a dream come true. As somebody who missed out on obviously the original 2002 sets and then subsequent releases of this set, it's very surreal to me to see this here. And the fact that this set, all these years later, is still available as well, it's crazy. Like, to get Obi-Wan, R4, and Tonwi next to this figure selection here, it is a dream come true to have this here. And it just adds, I think, more to the credence of the fact that this is still available, that maybe we are building towards a Master Builder Series Camino or some sort of playset. Like, we're introducing new molds for the Kaminoans, and still years later, it's still around and in production. Add to that the Clone Camino Battle Pack that we got for the May the 4th promo. It just seems to be piling up, just pointing towards us getting something. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Jango Fett's Starfighter set. I love this set so much. This is, to me, my preferred scale, and the characters here are really great. I think that, I know that the arm printing, like we talked about before, is a bit controversial, but the fact that we are getting Lama Su here included for the first time in this set is incredible. And the play features in here are just packed, and the fact that it sits 2 figures, it's crazy. Just these ugly stud shooters there in the front. But what do you think of the set? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so you don't miss out on future LEGO Star Wars set news and reviews. If you want to check out my reviews of other sets from this wave, I'll link them all here at the end. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.